It's Liam Carlson here, and it's episode 16 of season 8 of Charmed, where you can find my reaction to this episode linked in the description box, as well as the comments with the link pinned, of course. Quite interesting stuff this week, actually, in regards to this episode, because I uploaded a video on this channel of another show that had a wedding, and then we've got one here for this episode of Charmed. So, yeah, like I said, you can check out my reaction linked in both description box and comments, as well as my full reaction to this episode, and of course, many more Charmed episodes on my Patreon. So yeah, let us know, or let me know your thoughts in the comments, and yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy the reaction. So until the next time, hope you guys take good care of yourselves, and until then, toodles. Yeah, I could be happy there for Paige, like in terms of like, I mean, she looked incredible, and it was really like, it's great that we didn't have, I mean, to say that there weren't any dramatics would be a bit of a stretch, because, of course, building up to that last scene, there was, quite the kerfuffle, obviously, with the triad, and unbeknownst to the Charmed ones, of course, Christy. So, yeah. Again, like I said, the years of torment and brainwashing will have probably have done a number on Christy's mind to the point where she's, putting on this facade on being so confuddled and, just wanting to get away from them. Thus, it makes this whole operation easier because she has to be connected to Billy. So, yeah. And yeah, it's just really, really sad, isn't it? Of course, with the fact that, well, it looks like the all out evil will be the collective of Christy and potentially Billy, because like I said, it's all dependent on if Christy can get Billy to drink the Kool-Aid juice, I guess. So yeah. But I'll be very interested to see what they're gonna do with things, because yeah, I mean, you've got that contending against, we know the thing is, though, we know that Billy has an insane amount of power with her in terms of her ability to project and all of that, and I guess it makes sense, especially with how Christy has nurtured into her abilities as well, that combine that against the Charmed ones. Yeah, I mean, there might be a bit of controversy, because you might think, well, the Charmed ones have been doing this for like eons, and yeah, Billy's new, so, but it does feel like with, like I said, how powerful Billy is, and with Christy, and yeah, it does have it's going to be very, very interesting to see where things will go. There is a very interesting scenario with the next Hope, because that's it, though. I think with Billy, she was originally I guess pegged as the next Hope, really, with the Charmed ones being dead and all. So yeah. And they've kind of adopted her in a sense, as a honorary sister, I would say. Um, but now there is this whole attempt, you could say, that Christy might try to sway Billy to the dark side. So, yeah. But we'll just have to wait and see where things go. It does feel very interesting. I still would have probably have gone with the original, like with the idea of how I would have like gone back to the roots of having the source involved and all of that. Yeah, I mean, episode 4. Yeah, that was a bit of that was a bit questionable in terms of, hey, we're bringing back the source. Oh, yeah, the source is only going to be here for like 5 minutes and barely does shit. But I mean, that would have been so interesting. Like, heck, even bring in a few other characters, I would say. like really, really go all out. So, and yeah, heck, even have Christy maybe involved in things, because I think I did speculate that Christy would potentially turn out to be a bit of a bad egg because, well, there is, like, if she's been gone for that long, there is the potential that she's going to get brainwashed, sadly. So, and lo and behold, here we are right now with the one that got away, in terms of the triad, saying, "Well, it's all on you now. So you gotta, you're the key. You gotta. What does keys do? Unlock. So you and Billy, yeah. Um. So yeah, but it is going to be kind of sad if, I say if, it looks like it's a matter of when, but it is going to be a bit sad with the fact that, well, Billy might turn against the Charmed Ones, but I mean, after what they have done for her, um, you'd hope that Billy would sense that, okay, I need to try and save my sister. But Christy's going to be like, I need to try and get my sister to the dark side. Yeah, Christy's going to be like that, and Billy, yeah, I don't know what's going to ultimately happen in terms of the absolute end game. I don't know if Christy's going to have to be, killed or something like that. And I don't know what might become of Billy, but yeah, it does seem destined that we're going to have a big conflict between the Charmed Ones against Christy. I mean, Christy needs Billy, so maybe against Christy and Billy. I don't know. Because otherwise Christy's pretty much screwed here. So it's not like Billy's going to stand on the sideline seeing how this all pans out. So and it wouldn't make sense for the Charmed Ones to be on the sideline seeing Billy and Christy duke it out because, it's their fight, isn't it? In terms of, okay, well, this final big battle, etc., where you're going to get Leo back, you have to be involved and you have to be ready. It doesn't make sense for them to be on the sidelines. You have to be ready to be on the sidelines, right? So, no, it wouldn't make sense. So that's where I feel like things might be going if Billy is the ultimate power, or the combination of Billy and Christy, should I say, is going to be the ultimate power. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was very great stuff. Like I said, it definitely had a finale-esque vibe to it. Obviously, there was going to be 6 episodes left to go after this one, but I mean, there was this whole, all right, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This was where the sleeves were rolled up. This is where, um, you know, this might be it for me. And yeah. Um, so it was just very, very interesting to see how things would go down. And I just love the fact that the one of the triad, the one that got away, he had the right thing in mind. So, yeah, he was like, you know what, I'm darting, and it was actually beneficial because, yeah, I was expecting, what was it? Asmodeus was the one that vanquished as well as the other one. Yeah, I was expecting them to well, because I wasn't expecting Christy and Billy to have that, like, that combination would ultimately be the ultimate power and all of that. I was expecting the triad themselves to stick around until the very end, even with Christy's, heel turn, I guess. So yeah, but it was very, very interesting to see the Charmed Ones just deal with them, and there was even discussions about, well, even if we like it's kill or be killed essentially because, yeah, we could weaken them if we get one of the Charmed Ones, but the same could be applied to us. So yeah. But yeah, it was really, really interesting to see how things went down. And of course, in the background, there were things going on. With the wedding especially. So again, I thought that was going to be held off until the finale, if anything, because, well, obviously, prior before Cupid's arrival, I was like, with the engagement in mind, it's not like, oh, we're going to do two weddings or anything. We need to complete the trio in terms of Phoebe getting married or anything like that. Because Phoebe didn't even have anyone, and it seems like she might have someone, but we'll get on to that in a moment. Yeah, it all seems a bit quick, and yeah, and there might be that like feeling from a lot of people that, okay, well, this is a really really rushed relationship. So yeah, um, so and I was kind of okay with it, like I said, with it being the final season. So yeah, but I felt like the wedding itself. I mean, I guess it's all kind of doom and gloom, live in the now, or anything like that. But yeah, the wedding itself might have been a bit too quick. Like maybe hold it off until the very end of the season. I don't know. What I was thinking in mind was the epilogue for like episode 22. The final battle would happen in episode in the penultimate episode. That way we could say our proper goodbyes to the show and whatnot. So yeah, and that's where the wedding would take place. But here we are. I mean, it was really really nice, and like I said, you do feel so happy for Paige and Henry, and Paige looked great, but yeah, I mean, and there was no demon attack, so normal wedding. So it's just a shame that Sam couldn't make it. You'd think he would, but then again, I mean, he appeared this season after missing 3 seasons, like, and stuff has happened, like Paige's death. So yeah, but yeah, it was really really interesting this episode, especially bringing in the Cupid, who is definitely going to be. It would just be very very apt, wouldn't it, in terms of Phoebe's had really has had difficulties with her relationships in the past, and that has been pretty recurring on this show. Um, so it would be pretty apt for Phoebe to fall in love with a Cupid, like I guess an embodiment of love, right? Um, so it would be pretty apt. I just love the fact that the elders sent Cupid as an apology, if anything. So yeah, again, I will go on a rant about. So this is the biggest priority, right? Phoebe is the biggest priority. Phoebe and her quest for love is the biggest priority at the minute, right? Not about this fight with Leo being stranded. You're not going to help chime in against the Triad or this ultimate power. No, Phoebe needs a little bit of an assistance, right? In terms of something that does seem a bit minor, doesn't it? So, then the fate of the world. So, yeah. Look, I will take any chance to throw jabs at the elders. They piss me off, and yeah, that opinion's not going to change over the course of the next 6 episodes. So, yeah, but it was very interesting though, because I did love how she didn't know, like they were setting things up obviously with Cupid and Phoebe, but Phoebe just doesn't pay attention, and I was just thinking about the fact that, well, maybe she's a bit burnt with love, which is understandable given what she's been through. But I was like that one at some point prior, where I just didn't really, yeah, because of how burnt I was. So, but it's all about as well with Phoebe bumping into the right person. Yeah. So, and of course there is this whole idea of him, of Cupid or Coop as he's calling himself, try to help Phoebe heal her heart. But again, very apt, wouldn't it? Embodiment or an embodiment, because there are multiple Cupids, but an embodiment of love, I guess you could say, falling for Phoebe. when she's been struggling, and when this has been, like a Mount Everest battle for her, would be very, very apt, wouldn't it? For her to fall for Coop, and for them to have I don't expect anything to happen in terms of, well, I mean, she might be pregnant by the end of the show. But we're not going to have another wedding or anything like that. We're not going to. Okay, we rushed Henry and Paige. We're going to rush this as well. She might show she might just be pregnant by the end of the season. Obviously, not giving birth or anything like that, but given the fact that this whole ambition to be pregnant has been a thing that's been going on for the last couple of seasons, I wouldn't be surprised if that were to happen by the end of the season. So yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see what does happen. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff with Christy, with that little bit of development in terms of her and how this ultimate power is, I guess, manifesting itself really in terms of her and Billy, and with Paige and Henry getting married. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff this episode. So yeah. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!